Pricing an electrical job involves several factors that influence the final cost. Firstly, the scope of work includes the number of outlets, switches, cables, and fixtures to be installed. Secondly, material and labor costs need to be calculated, considering the type of boxes, conduit, wiring, and equipment used. Thirdly, the location and accessibility of the work area, such as the distance to the panel and the presence of a crawl space, can impact pricing. The level of customization, like isolated ground outlets and specific wall sconces, is another factor. It's important to conduct a market analysis by comparing your pricing to similar projects in the area. You can research online platforms or consult with other electricians to get an idea of the going rates. An itemized cost breakdown can help the customer understand the different aspects of the project's price. For example, materials could be estimated at $1,500, including boxes, conduit, wiring, outlets, and fixtures. Labor costs could be estimated at $4,500, assuming 2 electricians working for 4 to 5 days. These estimates lead to an estimated total cost of $6,000. Negotiation strategies are crucial to reaching an agreement with the customer. Explain the scope of work and the materials you'll be using, detailing the specific requirements and emphasizing the quality of the materials. Highlight your experience by mentioning previous successful projects and providing references. Offering flexibility can also be beneficial. Be willing to adjust the scope or materials to accommodate the customer's budget if reasonable. Consider offering payment installments or discounts for prompt payment. Emphasize the value of a well-executed electrical system, including safety, convenience, and future resale value. It's essential to understand the customer's budget and be prepared to negotiate accordingly. Identify any competing electricians and differentiate your services by highlighting your strengths and unique offerings. Professional appearance is also important. Dress appropriately, arrive on time, and provide a detailed proposal to build trust and credibility. To better serve your customers, consider the following. It is important to determine the appropriate wire size for a 20-amp circuit using National Electrical Code Table 310.15b16. For example, using copper-type THHN wire, a 20-amp circuit would require a 12 American wire gauge wire rated at 30 amps at 75 degrees Celsius, which meets the requirements of the 20-amp overcurrent protection device. Similarly, for a 15-amp circuit, using copper-type THHN wire, a 14 American wire gauge wire is generally sufficient, as it is rated for 15 amps at 60 degrees Celsius or 20 amps at 75 degrees Celsius. However, local codes may impose more stringent requirements. When installing receptacles, specifically isolated ground receptacles, it is important to ensure that the grounding is properly isolated back to the panel. The isolated ground wire should not come into contact with any other grounded surfaces along its path. For single-pole switches, ensure that they are correctly wired to switch the ungrounded conductor hot wire and that all connections are secure and properly insulated. When installing recessed cans, follow the manufacturer's instructions and ensure that they are suitable for the intended location, considering insulation contact ratings and clearances. The use of correct boxes and plates is also critical for safety and compliance. When surface mounting boxes to finish drywall, use appropriate anchors and fasteners to ensure a secure installation. Mulberry plates and 1900 boxes should be installed according to their intended use and in compliance with local codes. For Cat5 and RG6 coax cabling, ensure that all terminations are properly made and tested. Home runs to a patch panel should be neatly organized and labeled for easy identification and maintenance. When running cables through crawl spaces, protect them from physical damage and ensure they are adequately supported. Also, ensure that all wiring is done in accordance with the latest edition of the National Electrical Code, as well as any local codes and regulations. This includes proper grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. Proper planning and execution are essential for a successful electrical installation. Ensure that all work is done safely and in compliance with all applicable codes. If there are any doubts, consult with a qualified electrical inspector.